Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to Best English Club. My name is Sophia, and I'm so glad you've joined us today for a very special detailed lesson.
Hello, Sophia. Hello, everyone. I'm Adam. It's wonderful to be here. And yes, today's topic is one of the most useful and common conversations you can have in English. Talking about your day.
Exactly. We've talked about this before, but today we want to go deeper. We won't just talk about the basics. We will talk about the details, the feelings, and the small moments that make up our day. We'll also compare a busy weekday with a relaxing weekend.
I love that idea. Because our lives are not just a list of actions, right? They are full of feelings and thoughts. This is how you really connect with people. And today's episode will be a bit longer, so we can really explore the topic in detail.
That's the plan. So get a cup of tea or coffee, relax, and get ready to learn how to tell the full story of your day. But first, a quick and heartfelt thank you to all of you. If you enjoy our lessons, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. It helps our club grow.
Yes, thank you for your amazing support. Okay, Sophia, a full day. Let's start from the very beginning. The morning. Tell me about your typical weekday morning in detail.
Okay, a typical weekday morning. Well, my alarm clock rings at 6:30 a.m. And honestly, the first thing I do is hit the snooze button, just for 5 more minutes of sleep.
The snooze button is my best friend and my worst enemy. I do that too. It's so hard to get out of bed immediately. So after those 5 minutes...
After 5 minutes, I finally get out of bed. I stretch a little to wake up my body. Then I go to the bathroom, wash my face with cold water. That really helps me feel awake, and brush my teeth.
The cold water trick is a classic. I do that too. So, you're clean and awake. What's next? Coffee? Tea?
Coffee, definitely. I go to the kitchen, and the first thing I do is make a large cup of black coffee. I love the smell of coffee in the morning. While the coffee is brewing, I usually check my phone. I look at the news headlines and any important messages from family or friends.
That's very similar to my routine. I make tea, not coffee. I love Earl Grey tea with a little bit of milk. And yes, I also check my phone. It's a modern habit, isn't it? Checking our connection to the world first thing?
It is. After my first few sips of coffee, I start to feel more human. Then I think about what I need to do for the day. I quickly check my calendar on my phone to see my schedule. Any meetings? Any deadlines?
That's very organized. I should do that. I usually just rush into the day. So you have your coffee, you have your plan. What about breakfast?
I like to have a simple but healthy breakfast. Usually, it's oatmeal with some berries and nuts. It gives me a lot of energy for the morning. I eat my breakfast while listening to a podcast, sometimes our own podcast, to check the quality.
That's a great idea. I have a very quick breakfast on weekdays. Usually, just toast with avocado and a boiled egg. It's fast and filling. So after breakfast, are you ready to leave?
Almost. After breakfast, I get dressed. I choose my clothes for the day. Since I work from home most days, I choose something comfortable but still professional for video calls. Then I pack my bag if I need to go out, grab my keys, and I'm ready to start my workday around 8 a.m.
A very complete and calm morning routine. Mine is a bit more rushed. I often have to run to catch my bus to get to the studio. But we both start our day with a plan and some caffeine.
That's the most important part. Okay, so now we are at work. Let's talk about the main part of the day. How is your typical workday, Adam?
My workday is a mix of creative and administrative tasks. When I get to the studio, the first hour is usually for planning. I answer important emails, and I plan the tasks for the day. What are we recording? What do we need to prepare?
That sounds very productive. My workday starts similarly. I sit at my desk, open my laptop, and the first thing I do is tackle my email inbox. I try to answer everything that is urgent in the first 30 minutes.
That's a good strategy. After the planning part, I usually start the creative work. This could be writing a script for a new video, like this one, or recording my voice for an episode. This is my favorite part of the day. I feel very energized and creative in the late morning.
I'm the same. My most productive hours are from about 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I use this time for my most difficult tasks, like designing new lesson materials or analyzing student feedback to improve our content.
And then comes lunch. Around 1 p.m., I start to feel hungry. I usually take a 1-hour break. I eat the lunch I brought from home, usually leftovers from last night's dinner. I try to eat away from my desk, maybe in the small kitchen area or even outside if the weather is nice.
Taking a real break is so important. I do that too. I eat my lunch, which is often a big salad with some chicken or fish. And during my lunch break, I don't work. I might watch a short, funny video on YouTube or call a friend for a quick chat. It helps my brain reset.
Exactly. After lunch is what I call the afternoon slump. From 2 to 4 p.m., my energy is a little lower. I use this time for easier tasks like editing audio, organizing files, or having meetings. Meetings are good for the afternoon because you are talking with people, so it keeps you engaged.
The afternoon slump is so real. I feel it too. I usually make another cup of tea around 3 p.m. to get a little boost of energy, and I agree. I schedule my meetings for the afternoon. It's a good way to collaborate with the team without needing intense focus, like in the morning.
My workday usually finishes around 5:30 p.m. I do a final check of my emails, write a to-do list for the next day so I don't forget anything, and then I pack my bag and head home.
Making a to-do list for the next day is a brilliant tip. It helps you disconnect from work because you know everything is organized for tomorrow. My workday also finishes around 5:30 or 6 p.m. I close my laptop and I make a very clear decision. Work is over. I put my laptop in my bag and leave my home office room.
That physical separation is important when you work from home. Okay, so work is done. We are tired. Now, let's talk about the best part of the day, the evening. How do you relax and unwind, Sophia?
The first thing I do when I finish work is change into very comfortable clothes. Then, I do something completely different from work. I might go for a 30-minute walk outside to get some fresh air and clear my head. Or, if I'm tired, I'll just lie on the sofa and listen to some calm music for a while.
Decompressing is key. I do the same. When I get home, I put my bag down, change my clothes, and I usually spend about 15 minutes just sitting in silence or talking with my family about their day. No phones, no TV, just connecting.
That's lovely. After my short break, I start thinking about dinner. I love cooking, so for me, cooking dinner is a very relaxing and creative activity. I put on some music and enjoy the process. I usually make dinner around 7 p.m.
I enjoy cooking too, but on weekdays, I prefer something quick and easy. I often make a simple stir-fry with vegetables and rice, or maybe some pasta. It usually takes me less than 30 minutes to cook.
After dinner, it's time for the least fun part, washing the dishes. I try to do it immediately so the kitchen is clean.
Yes, the sooner the better. After the dishes are done, my real evening begins. This is my free time. I might watch a new episode of a TV series I'm following, or read a chapter of my book.
I love that time too. I usually use my evenings to connect with my hobbies. I might spend an hour painting, or I'll practice the piano. It feels so good to do something just for fun, with no goal or pressure.
That's a great point. Hobbies are so important for our well-being. Sometimes I'll also call my parents or a friend who lives far away. It's a nice way to stay in touch.
Before bed, I have a wind-down routine. Around 10 p.m., I stop looking at screens. No phone, no TV. I might take a warm shower, and then I get into bed and read a physical book for about 30 minutes. It helps my brain understand that it's time to sleep.
A wind-down routine is so important. I do something similar. I prepare my clothes for the next day, so I don't have to think about it in the morning. Then I also read for a bit. I try to go to bed around 11 p.m. to get a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
And that is my full busy weekday. But of course, the weekend is completely different.
Ah, the weekend. Let's talk about that. How is your Saturday different from your Wednesday?
It's like night and day. On Saturday, I wake up without an alarm clock. This is the best feeling in the world. I wake up naturally around 8:30 or 9 a.m.
No alarm clock is true freedom. I do the same. I wake up and I don't rush. I stay in bed for a little while. Maybe read the news on my phone.
Exactly. Then I make a special breakfast, not just simple oatmeal. I might make pancakes or French toast. I take my time, enjoy my coffee, and sit by the window.
That sounds so relaxing. I also have a bigger breakfast on weekends. I often go out to a local cafe with my friends for brunch. Brunch is a late breakfast and early lunch combined.
I love brunch. So, what do you do after your relaxing morning?
The rest of my Saturday is usually for hobbies and social time. I might go hiking for a few hours if the weather is good, or visit a museum. In the evening, I often meet up with friends. We might go to the cinema or have dinner at a nice restaurant.
My Saturdays are similar. I use the afternoon for my creative projects, like a big painting. I can spend 3 or 4 hours just painting without interruption. In the evening, I also like to be social. I might have friends over at my house for a board game night.
Board game night. That sounds so fun. And what about Sunday?
Sunday is my quiet day. It's for relaxing and preparing for the week ahead. I might do some light cleaning, do my grocery shopping for the week, and maybe watch a movie in the afternoon.
My Sunday is very similar. I call it my reset day. I do my laundry, plan my meals for the week, and just relax at home. I try not to make any big plans. It helps me feel ready and energized for Monday morning.
That's a perfect way to describe it. A reset day. So our weekdays are for work and discipline, and our weekends are for rest, hobbies, and friends.
Exactly. And both are important parts of a happy life. Wow, Sophia, we really did a deep dive into our daily and weekly routines. I think this gives a very clear picture of how to talk about your day in detail.
I agree. Let's do a very quick recap of the key ideas. To talk about your day, you can describe your morning, your workday, and your evening. You can add details about what you eat, how you feel, and what you think.
And don't forget to talk about the difference between your weekday routine and your weekend routine. This makes your story much more interesting. Use transition words like then, after that, next, and before bed to connect your actions.
And most importantly, use the vocabulary we discussed. Verbs like wake up, get dressed, have lunch, unwind, and go to bed are your best friends when talking about your day.
This was incredibly helpful. I hope everyone listening feels more confident now to tell their own story.
I'm sure they will. And now it's your turn to practice. We have a question for our amazing community.
Yes, go to the comment section and tell us, what is one thing you do to relax in the evening after a busy day? Do you watch TV, read a book, cook, or something else?
We would be so happy to read your answers and learn about your evening routines. It's a great way to practice and connect with other learners in our club.
And finally, if you enjoyed this detailed lesson, please show your support by subscribing to Best English Club, liking this video, and sharing it. It allows us to keep making more lessons for you.
Thank you all so much for your time and for being such a wonderful community. We will see you in the next lesson. Keep practicing.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a fantastic week.
Bye, Adam. Bye, everyone.